back here on the Cover 3 podcast, live on CBS Sports Network. Pleased to be joined by Michigan head coach Sherrone Moore. This is 2 years in a row, Coach. We get to kick off the season with a conversation with you. Thank you for coming back and dealing with us. Hope you're doing well. How's Big Ten Media Days treating you this year?
It's been awesome. Super smooth out here in Vegas, having a good time. Didn't make it out to any clubs or blackjack tables last night. Didn't plan on it. No. Heading back tonight. Tomorrow our team has a 6 a.m. conditioning test, so we're super excited and ready to go.
What is the conditioning test? I'm curious to know.
Yeah, it varies for different teams. Ours is a 150-yard shuttle. Do it 6 times, and they all got to be within a time. So, skills a different time than big skills, and the O-line, D-line. And it's cool that some of our big skill run with the skill, some of our O-line, D-line run with the big skill, which is pretty challenging. So it's a way to test themselves.
I'm going to need like an hour, Coach.
Yeah, me too. I'm not even. They all ask me to do it. I'm not doing it.
Danny, did you ever have to do the conditioning test?
We had to do a 1.5 mile run, which I don't know what the purpose of that was in the sport of football. And then we had to do 10 40s, which I would trade those over the 150s any day of the week. Go ahead.
I was just going to ask, I asked you last year. You didn't give me the answer. And I'm just thinking, now that you're second time back, we've gotten to know each other. We're more familiar. We're friends.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's your starting quarterback?
Yeah, still can't answer that question yet.
Oh, man, we thought.
Maybe next year. But, it'll be a great battle throughout camp. I'm really excited to see all those guys participate, obviously. Really go by age. You go with Mikey Keene, a guy who's leads our team in college football snaps. He's got 2,029 snaps in college football, and excited to see where he goes and what he does. Jake Garcia is a guy we brought in late, but there's familiarity with him and Chip Lindsey to see where he goes. Jaden Davis is another guy who's been in the program, and then obviously Bryce Underwood was a highly touted guy. So it's going to be a great competition as we get into fall camp.
How do you manage those expectations with Bryce Underwood? So much has been made about his contract and him coming to Michigan in the recruiting war that took place, and it's like he's already positioned as the savior for Michigan football, even though that's almost impossible to put on one young man's shoulders. How do you help manage those expectations?
Yeah, what's amazing to me is people put out these contract numbers which are completely crazy and wild, that they think they know anything. So that's the first piece. But two, he's a kid that just wants to be a great teammate and really focused on being about the team and being the best version of himself. So there's been expectations for him his whole life. So I think for him and for us, we have to do a really good job of managing those expectations. And being a quarterback at Michigan, whether you're the starter or not, is hard, and there's pressure. There always is. There always will be. So for us, it'll take not only Chip and Coach Synagoga, who's the assistant quarterback coach, but me and the village around him to make sure that help him and steer him in the right direction.
Well, how would you compare him? Because he's a highly touted 5-star freshman. You've had one of those before in J.J. McCarthy, who's now playing for the Minnesota Vikings, getting ready for his first season as a starter in the NFL. But when they both showed up on campus, comparing him to JJ, how do you feel Bryce stacks up as far as where he is and being ready to play?
Yeah, I mean, as far as pure size, it's way different because he's 6'4" and he's 230 pounds now. But mentality-wise, it's pretty similar, the mentality of what they wanted to do and how they want to be. How they go about their business, pretty similar, and attacking things off the field and being great teammates, and both of them were loved by their teammates. So it's going to be interesting to see how it happens in camp.
I know last year didn't meet the expectations of what Michigan wanted or you wanted in your first year, but the last 2 games were huge for you guys to capture momentum, beat Ohio State, beat Alabama in the bowl game. How much did those change? How much did that change?
Yeah, no more flag planting.
No more of that. How much did that change things for you and the program to be able to capture a little bit of positivity going the offseason?
I mean, I think the biggest piece with both those games, one, the Ohio State game, that's kind of separate from every game you play every year because it's the game. It's the most storied rivalry in college football, maybe one of the most storied rivalries in sports. So for us, that's something you work for 365. So to win that game meant everything to us and something we take a lot of pride in. But to go out and beat Alabama in the bowl game with some of our guys that were first rounders, well, all the first rounders not playing and a second rounder not playing, a lot of confidence for the guys that played in the game. We had a right tackle who hadn't played a game all year. Andrew Sprague started right tackle. We had a running back who hadn't really played. He played a little bit sparingly, who won MVP of the game and rushed for over 100 yards. So when you have that, it gives confidence to those younger guys and it helps them propel them some confidence going into the season.
made a couple staff changes this offseason. Now as a head coach, that responsibility is there. And as you're moving around the offensive staff, the staff that you used to lead as a national championship winning assistant, what did you see in Chip Lindsey that made you feel like he was going to be a good fit for what you would like to see out of this Michigan offense?
First thing is that he wanted to be a part of the program. I think just like you do in recruiting, you want people that want to be a part of the program, because in the world we live in today, so much is about me. We're living in this brand, and our theme has been team over me. It's been very simple. Do everything for the team and not for yourself, and everything else for yourself will come. And Chip wanted to be a part of us just as much as we wanted him a part of us. And that was extremely intriguing. And two, he's a guy that's well-renowned to develop quarterbacks, had explosive offenses, but balanced offenses, has run the ball, has thrown the ball, but he's also been a head coach, and he's been a guy that's been in the seat that I'm in, so it's been great for me to have somebody to lean on me like that. But probably number one overall, he's an outstanding human being and a leader of men, and it's been fun to get to know him because he's super funny. The players make fun of his country accent because he's from Alabama, but he's done a phenomenal job with the offense and with the guys and with the team, and I have full trust in him.
You guys start this year with New Mexico, but after that, you've got a pretty big test looming with the road game against Oklahoma. Last year, you guys played Texas and Ann Arbor. I love seeing big programs schedule these on-campus games for non-conference, but with the uncertainty about the future format of the college football playoff, is there any kind of thought in your mind about how you want to approach scheduling in the future, or are you looking to keep scheduling these games?
Yeah, I kind of like scheduling the games, those brand-name marquee games. One, it's really awesome to see where you're at, to test yourself against the best of the best, and to put yourself in a position to be ready for our conference, who I think is the best conference in football. And I think all these conferences should play 9 games. Everybody wants to play. There's teams that want to play 8. We should all play 9, and we should all play the same type of opponents out of conference. And it should be very similar. It should be aligned. And if we did that, it'd make it all fair and make the playoffs fair. Because as the playoffs expand, it's going to be different. So for us, we think that it's the best way to do it. And I know we got Oklahoma this year, we got Oklahoma next year, and then we got Texas the year after that, and then like in 2030, we go back to play Notre Dame. So. But that's why you come to Michigan. You don't come to Michigan to just play anybody. You want to play the big-time opponents. You tell kids in recruiting this, you come to Michigan to play big-time games. Well, then go play them. Don't play the games that the kids don't want to play. So, and I understand how it helps the record and helps all that, and everybody's entitled to their opinion of what they want to do, but I feel pretty strongly that you should play those big-time football games.
After you've been on the job for 1 year, and I know you had some experience as an interim head coach, but what kind of surprised you? What were you not ready for that you feel more ready for this season, year 2?
Yeah, I think the biggest piece is the time management of what you do within the season. And when you're out of season, there's no game. So you're playing in schedules, you're doing all those, and I felt I had a pretty good grasp on that. But when you're in the season and you got a week to prepare, as a coordinator, I knew exactly what I wanted to do and exactly how I was going to do it, how every minute was going to align, and what I would watch. And when I'd be done watching something else, I'd make sure I watched something else. And it was football. It was the players I had in the room and the players I had on that side of the ball, and that was it. Now, as a head coach, it's administration, it's recruiting, it's NIL, it's the staff, it's this, there's so many other things. And then football's last. Football was like my sanctuary in the season, going to practice and being around the players. So being able to allot the time to do the things that I need to do to make sure I get the things done on a timely fashion, and make sure we're aligned as a staff and as an organization has been huge for me, and taking the time this summer to figure out how that's going to look. And I feel like I got a good grasp on that.
What are you most proud of from last season?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I'm most proud of is our team, how the coaches, how the staff, in a time of adversity, because everybody's great when you're winning.
Right.
Everybody's happy when you're 15-0 and you win a national championship. Everybody's arm in arm and singing. But how are you when you're down and you lose a game, you lose a close game? What are you going to do? Are you going to point fingers? Are you going to blame others? Or are you going to rally around together and to watch our team go from that Indiana game to the Northwestern game to Ohio State game to Alabama, and watch the staff do it too? It was masterful. It was an outstanding thing to watch and be a part of. So blessed and proud to be around some great young student athletes, but great young men and leaders of men with our coaches.
He is Sherrone Moore, and we are excited to see him on the sidelines once again for the Michigan Wolverines. Coach, thank you so much for spending some time with us here on the Cover 3 podcast.
Appreciate it. Can't wait to be back next year.